Hello. Ever since I've uploaded my previous video, I saw one question repeat itself quite a few times. So I'm going to address this. The question is number one, should I buy a tablet? If so, when? Number two, when should we buy books? And number three, is tablet absolutely necessary? So majority of the people on the internet I see tell you that a tablet is absolutely a prerequisite for MBBS, while the other half tells you that if you do not read from hard copy textbooks, then you're going to definitely fall back in MBBS. That said, I do disagree with both of the extremes, and through this video, I'm going to discuss with you the practical scenario, the pros and cons, and help you take an informed decision which will economically suit you the best. See, there are three types of students in MBBS. Number one, who is a complete digital student. They buy a tablet, use that for practically every single thing: lecture, notes, PDF, question bank, annotation. So they're basically the entire MBBS is packed in that one device. Then comes the second category. They use a hybrid approach wherein they buy a tablet and use it for mainly lectures, slides, or PDFs when they are traveling, but still use their hard copy textbooks as their primary source of information. And then there's the third category of students who probably cannot afford a tablet at this point in their life, or maybe simply do not want to have one. They study entirely from hard copy books, notebooks, or any printed or xeroxed material. The key point here is that each of them are equally competent for this course, and excellent students are representatives of all the three categories. So if you're trying to find the best method, I think you're asking the wrong question. The question should probably be which one will suit you the best. So firstly, let's begin with the topic of tablets. When to have it and should you have it or not? See, let me make one thing very clear, that it is not a prerequisite for MBBS. It is a convenience, a very useful convenience perhaps, but still not a prerequisite. Anyone who is telling you so is completely misguiding you. So now the question comes, why did I call it a very useful advantage or a very useful necessity? And why do major chunk of MBBS students still use a tablet? There are pretty good advantages. The first one being about lecture viewing. See, if you view your lecture either in your phone or in your laptop, I think a tablet is the most convenient option among the three. For mobile, it is quite a smaller screen to view from, and laptop does not always give you the in-hand feel. So I think talking about the ease of attending a live class or a recorded lecture, it is definitely the best with a tablet. The second point is about PDFs. One thing that the freshers do not realize is that MBBS is not just limited to your gold standard books and your Indian authors. No. There are a whole lot of things that you study additionally to these to pass exams. Your college seniors will pass you on your OSPI PDFs, your practical manuals, practical books, previous year question paper compilation, semester paper compilation, handwritten notes, important diagrams, and various other resources. So like a major chunk of your study material actually comes in a PDF form, and that is the best viewed, annotated, and revised from a tablet. The third point has to be about convenience. See, imagine your entire MBBS packed in one device. You can travel with it, you can use it anytime that you want to. So I think when the topic is about convenience, a tablet has to top the list. The next advantage, according to me, would be the long-term scope of it. Like while reading final year surgery, you might feel like you need to, revise something from anatomy. And then the first thing that you'll do is that search for your books. Where did you keep your books? Where did you keep your notes? Maybe you're not at the same place where the books are. So here comes the, humongous benefit of a tablet. That is, it can give you what you need from your entire course within a few seconds. And the last advantage could be of taking notes. So many people do not use a copy and a pen in MBBS, although I am not one of them, but I have seen a major chunk of my friends do that. So they actually, take down notes in one specific notes app and they maintain it nicely throughout the years of MBBS. And that again gives you an added benefit wherein you can annotate things quite nicely and then make your note illustrious and revise and re-revise them without any hassle. Another advantage, which will be very wrong to not talk about, is the price of buying books. Many see tablet as a way to store PDF of gold standard books and reduce the cost of buying books considerably. Now with this, I want to tell you that an iPad does not make your understanding of any subject better or anything. It is again a tool, a aid. It can make your life easier. But again, I'm repeating, it is not a prerequisite or a mandatory thing that you'll need for MBBS. It is not. Now this brings me to the second part of the video wherein I'll answer the question about when to buy books. My honest opinion would be buy your books after joining college, or probably at least after you allotted your college. Not before that. Because what happens is that you buy all sorts of books before joining college, and when you go to college, the books differ a bit. Like the gold standards will not differ definitely, but talking about the Indian authors, there are 2 3 options from which college have their specific preference. So maybe for physiology, you are buying Dr. Debashish Pramanik's book, and then you go to your college and see Dr. A.K. Jain's book is used in your college. Now, then what will happen is that, mark my words, that you will have FOMO, and in that fear, you will end up buying a copy of Dr. A.K. Jain's book as well. You can't just say, no, I'll study from this book only while the others will study from something different. Today, how much feasible this option sounds to you, it is not going to be the same after you join your college. Whatever your friends study, you will feel like studying from there. So do not purchase anything now. Rather, after you join your college, first thing is purchase the Indian author books that you're going to study for your university examinations, and keep the PDF of your gold standard books in your tablet. Why am I saying so? Because let me make one thing very clear. In the practical ground reality, only maybe hardly 20% of medical students read gold standard books standing today. I mean, one should read, but if you talk about the majority of people, they do not. And even if they do, it is of very selected chapters that they feel that they should refer to. You end up just reading 2 to 3 pages of those fat books that you buy. My honest opinion would be, after you join college, buy your Indian authors, read them, and after that, refer to PDFs of gold standard books and the books that you like and you feel that yes, you can take that in. You buy those books gradually, and I'm sure you can make this decision of whether to buy gold standard books, and if so, which one to, within maybe 1 or 1.5 months after you start going to your college. Okay, now if you ask me my personal way how I go about MBBS, so I use my tablet only for lecture viewing, notes reading, and PDFs that my senior or college pass on. But talking about books that I read from, it has to mandatorily be hard copy for me, because I don't know maybe how school life went, and then coaching, it was always a hard copy thing. If I do not use a paper and a pen and underline books and write it, I cannot go about with my study unless that way. So I am that hybrid student to whom the primary source of reading has to be hard copy books, and as an add-on I use my tablet. So to sum this video up, if your family's budget comfortably allows you to get a tablet, you can get it. When should you? Starting from today, if you are sure that you are going to get a college, you can get your tablet any day. It is not going to be a bad investment. There are trends wherein in each year students tend to buy it right before college when there is all those big billion days sale and all. So it's absolutely up to you. You can buy it anytime starting from now if you are absolutely sure about you getting a seat. Now, conclusion to when should your books be bought. First, go to your college, attend classes. You will automatically get to know what book is preferred in your college. Get the Indian authors first. Keep the PDFs of the gold standard books. Read your Indian author and then refer to the same chapter to your gold standard textbooks. And if you feel that yes, you are able to take in information and you can sustain it in a long run and you will go back to the book, then absolutely go for buying the gold standard books as well. And if you feel no, it is too much for you and probably you'll not use it every time, then you're always free to keep a PDF of it and keep referring to it. So ultimately, it is never a competition about a screen and a paper, and none of it will give you brownie points and make you a better medical student. It is absolutely dependent on how dedicatedly you study throughout the year, and these are obviously just tools. And good medical student knows how to use whatever resource they have to the optimal and the best ability of theirs. Thank you.